Hello citizens, it's City 1, Arsenal 0 in the FA Cup. This is the match reaction, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. If you're new here, can't thank you enough for doing that. Let's jump into it. So the best thing I can say about this game is thank God it is over, because that was poor in the first half. It was really boring. It reeked of two teams trying to work each other out, two teams that knew more important games were coming in the next couple of months in the Premier League. But I've got to say, in the first half, Arsenal were the better team. They pressed better. They looked sharper on the ball. And when they did win the ball, they really attacked us. They just got into us. They kicked it long. They went direct. And they were causing our defence a few problems. And if you look here, a couple of their chances, well, the best chances all came through Trossard on that left-hand side. A couple of times, Stones and Lewis letting him run at them, letting him get into the box after a 30-40-yard run, which isn't good enough. Him getting the crossing in. And a couple of the Arsenal players not finishing their job. The first one fell to Tomiyasu on the edge of the box, kept his head down, shoulder over the ball. Good save by Ortega. The second one, another really good save by Ortega as well. And the third was Nketiah, a cross for him outside of his boot. He's trying to flick it in near post, didn't quite come off. And at halftime, you could have said Arsenal probably deserved to go 1 or 2-0 up, because we created no chances in that first half. We again looked the same team that played Tottenham in the first half, same team that played United, Everton, Fulham, Brentford, Wolves. We were that team. We were slow in possession. We were intent on going backwards and sideways. And when we did beat the Arsenal press, we'd give it back to Ortega, who would hold on to it for 5 minutes. And when he eventually went long, or too late, he'd play it long to Mahrez on the right-hand side, and Tierney would beat him for a header. I saw him do that about 3 or 4 times in the first half. Mahrez didn't get into the game. Grealish didn't get into the game. And the only time Haaland did was when he dropped deep into his own half again. What I will say is the best chances, or the only chances for City in that first half, came from Haaland creating mistakes in the Arsenal defence, or his own determination and his own tenacity. A couple of half chances for him. Could he have done better? Maybe on that one with his right foot when he used his pace to break from on the halfway line, but otherwise he starved the serves again. Because when the City players get to the edge of the box, like Gundogan, he did it a couple of times in that half. They get to the edge of the box, they run about 30-40 yards, get into the box, and instead of just shooting themselves, which they should do, or trying to give it to Haaland, which they should do, they pass it out wide to Mahrez or Grealish, and all too often, Grealish got the ball on the left-hand side and his cross was overhit. I think 3 of them in the first half he overhit out goal kicks, when it would have been better for whoever had the ball in the first place just to take the shot on the edge of the box. But it wasn't to be, and yes, we went in at halftime 0-0, which was, well, it was better than we deserved, to be honest with you, because I do think even though both teams were trying to suss each other out and both teams were a little bit tentative and not really sure how to attack, and we're pretty intent on sitting back and defending, I think Arsenal were the better team. Second half, though, things really changed. It helped when Alvarez came on as well, put a bit of pace in that midfield, or he went up alongside Haaland, because that's one thing Pep did in this game. He made substitutions that affected the game. He made substitutions before the 89th minute, and he made 5 substitutions, I think, which was rare for him. And the second half, we were much better. We let Arsenal create absolutely zero. They had a couple of chances late on, half chances for Martinelli. He should have done better with his crosses. But otherwise, we kept him at nothing. And a big part of that was Saka. Was Saka even playing in that game? It'd be hard to notice him because Ake had him the whole game. It's not like where you could say Haaland in the middle was fighting with Holding and then fighting with whoever in the second half, Gabriel and Salazar, whatever his name is. He was always at war with him. You could always see them pulling at each other, challenging them, holding them up. But with Saka, didn't see him on the ball because Ake just kept him off it. Ake had him all game, and he defended really well, Ake. Him, Akanji, Stones, and Lewis did a superb job. And when that got swapped around and Walker came on, I thought Walker did really well, actually, when he came on. I even saw him win a couple of headers. Laporte did fantastically well as well. He had a massive stretch that he had to do to stop Nketiah getting on the end of a cross. Wonderful defending from him in that occasion. And Ortega in goal, 2 great saves, and he got out at the feet of the Arsenal players a couple of times in that second half as well. He's really quick to do that. And defensively, we deserved the clean sheet in the second half. We were much, much improved. Midfield, De Bruyne, Gundogan, I've said it often. I've said it so many times. I don't think them two work together. I think you need to change one of them out at least. But he kept them on. He did bring De Bruyne off in the second half for Bernardo. And I thought Bernardo played really well. 2 lovely touches from him. As soon as he came into the game, he was keeping the ball away from 3 of their players. Wonderful player. And if we can get Bernardo firing, we've got a world-class player again at on our team, because too many players are hit and miss at the moment. And Bernardo is one of those ones you need firing throughout the rest of the season. So hopefully he comes back strong. It does say a lot, though, when he kept Rodri on the pitch, because I think he knows that, Phillips isn't really at Rodri's level. We know that already, but I don't think he trusts him in these kind of games. I really don't think he does. So he's kept Rodri on the pitch, who, again, I thought he had a good game. He won some big headers, particularly that corner at the end of the second half. He won it at the near post. But after he does all this and he makes these great challenges, and he's holding off players, going past them in the edge of his own box really nicely, goes and kicks the ball out. Played too many times. Simple pass has gone wrong. And, the second half, it was improved. And when we got the goal, did we deserve it? Yeah, possibly, because I think we were stronger in the second half. And it all came from a wonderful effort by Alvarez, who hits it from 30 yards, hits the post, bounces back out to Grealish. And I counted, Grealish touched the ball 11 times before he gave it to Ake. 11 times inside the Arsenal box. He should be putting that across sooner. He should be having a shot himself or passing it back to Ake. Either way, he kept hold of it 11 times. He gives it to Ake, and Ake's finish inside of his right foot, bending it around the defender, around the keeper, into the far post. It's a stunning goal. It really is. It's a really good finish. One of the best finishes I've seen us do all season. And from then on, we kept the ball away from them, particularly in injury time. We didn't let them have a sniff, didn't let them have the ball. And we saw it out. And like I said, Arsenal just ran out of ideas, ran out of steam. And I said in the match preview that if we stop Arsenal in the first half, we're probably going to go on and win it, or we'll give it a good go in the second half, because Arsenal do put a lot of effort into their first half performances. They try and get the job done, try and set a marker, let teams attack them in the second half from behind, and they punish them further. But we didn't let them do that. We kept the ball. We somehow went in at halftime 0-0, and in the second half we took control. Was it a much improved City team from recent games? No. Was it a better performance? No. But it was against a team who's top of the Premier League, who I think are probably favourites to win it. And right now, they are playing better than us, and they're in form compared to us. So it was a really good win for us, and it just means we go through the FA Cup into another round. And what more could you ask? And more important games will come, particularly against Arsenal. We've got to play them twice yet before the end of the season. So there are more important games than this, but it was a good marker. It was a good place to see where we are compared to them. And all I saw was 2 teams who were quite even, to be honest with you. And with a bit more luck, we'd probably be closer to them in the league or even ahead of them. It just isn't to be, though, is it? So 2 very similar teams, 2 very similar managers. We came out on top on this one, which is great. So thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. My man of the match is Ake. I think he was good. I know he got it on TV as well, probably because of his goal. But he defended superbly. What more could you ask? Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and as always, have a great weekend. Hey, at least we got this game out of the way. So on a Friday, we can just enjoy the rest of the matches. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.